Brilliance Audio presents A Skeleton Key to Finnegans Wake, Unlocking James Joyce's Masterwork, by Joseph Campbell and Henry Morton Robinson. Edited by Edmund L. Epstein. Performed by Arthur Morey. Foreword. 5 years ago, in 1939, James Joyce released for publication the great manuscript of Finnegans Wake, on which he had labored a third of his life. Apart from some penetrating critiques by a handful of reviewers, and the enthusiasm of the faithful few who had long awaited the work, the public reception was one of massive indifference. What does it all mean? Why should we bother about a book so hard to read? Were questions quite generally asked. Even normally responsive readers dismissed the book as a perverse triumph of the unintelligible. When James Joyce suddenly died a few months later, it was freely prophesied that Finnegans Wake would never be explained, and could look forward only to an undusted career as a piece of literary curiosa. There existed, however, the possibility that Finnegans Wake might be the keystone of the creative arch that Joyce had been constructing carefully since youth. That its language was difficult and its structure complex were readily admitted by everyone who seriously attempted to read it, yet sincere efforts to unravel its meaning were rewarded so generously that some readers continued to struggle for the unimaginable prize of complete understanding. Provoked by the sheer magnitude of the work, we felt that if Joyce had spent 18 years in its composition, we might profitably spend a few deciphering it. Our qualifications for this task were not such as to set us apart from the average reader of decent literacy, although we were students of Joyce's previous work and admirers of his genius. We had never met him or any members of his circle. Nor, totally unfamiliar with Dublin, were we exceptionally prepared to recognize the 1,000 local references to places and persons. Our only equipment was a shelf of dictionaries, the Blue Guide to Ireland, and a general knowledge of literature and history, which widened as our task progressed. The chief contribution of the present volume is its thin line tracing of the skeletal structure of Finnegans Wake. Here, for the first time, the complex and amazing narrative of Joyce's dream song.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?